with the wheelhouse, baby. You guys ready to hit it? You ready to get it? You ready to level up and get with it? Well, it's time to charge those batteries and get that money printer out because we are headed to the moon to stack chips and get paid out. Now, on this channel, no baby stepping, no line stepping, no loose talk, no second thoughts, and definitely no maybes. And like I always say, green lights to the beach, baby. All right, so if it's your first time on this channel, hit the subscribe, hit the like, select all so you get the notifications, and make a comment if you would. I would appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of run us through a few things. We had a good day. It was a much better day. Thursday was a better day. I'm recording this Thursday. I'm putting it out Friday. It was a better day. I had said in yesterday's video, I was highly concerned that the Dow was approaching and very close to the 200, and we had to stay above it. Well, we did, so that is very positive. That made me happy. We did not break the 50 on the NASDAQ. That also made me happy. I mean, that was like the line in the sand. Like, if that stuff starts happening, whew, it gets dangerous. You know, that's why I've been a little worried. Do I think we're out of the woods? I don't think we're out of the woods. I mean, the way I've been trained is you got to have multiple follow-through days. You know, I'm looking for 3-4 follow-through days that are good, to kind of like bring things back. I've been looking at charts all day. In fact, I just went through 300 different charts, whittled it down to 15. I'm taking those 15 that qualify for everything I'm looking for and whittling that down to about 3 to prepare for some trades that I'm looking to enter. But I want to enter safely for everybody that's Palawan and Jedi in the Discord. And the Discord link is in the description below. And we still have our Black Friday, Cyber Monday promotion code, which is half off of the annual subscription for Jedi. It's a super sick deal. And a lot of people have been signing up for that, which is really cool. And we had our Wheelhouse Wednesday night, and I got to meet some of the new Jedis and Padawans, and it's going really well. So yeah, click that Discord link. You don't have to pay for anything. You could just join in and you can chat with everybody. And if you decide to upgrade, that's totally, your thing. If you do upgrade to Padawan, you get all my trade alerts. If you upgrade to Jedi, you get the trade alerts, the Wheelhouse Wednesday. Well, Padawan and Jedi both get Wheelhouse Wednesday. But if you do Jedi, you get Wheelhouse Wednesday, the courses, the one-on-one meetings with me. You get 10 hours of that, and you get the trade alerts as well. And then you get access to all the different areas and all the different chat rooms and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, we did have a better day. There was a lot of stuff out there that was green. A lot of the charts are still really bearish. I've come up with a plan for the Wheelhouse Jedis and Padawans. I have a really good plan for them. I haven't even told them yet what it is because I've been working on it. I didn't really take any trades Thursday. I wanted to. There was a lot of stuff. I saw a lot of targets out there for some money, but I just kind of sat back and I just kind of regrouped. And I like to, like I said, I don't like to get faked out because I understand the games of Wall Street. I know how that distribution works. And when you see it on all 4 macros like we have, they come in and they sell off and it goes down, and then they give it a day to breathe and everybody thinks it's okay. And then they come and hit you again. And they do that a few times before the big waterfall sell off. And the charts are developing that way. So I just want to be a little careful with my people, because I want all my people making money. I don't want them losing money. So, as the captain, these are kind of things I got to think about. But I got some good plays. I got a little playbook that I've been working on. This thing is it looks like it's set to win quite a few different ways. So we're gonna hit a few of them, whether it's fast or it's overnight for 15 trading hours, whatever it is. I got a couple good plays that I like, and I think they're gonna pay out really good. That's why we get that money printer out. So yeah, I just want to go through a little bit of news. We'll take a look at some crypto. Let's take a look at some sectors that did well. Some different charts and technical analysis. But yeah, I mean, a little bit of news. 2 more U.S. Omicron cases emerge. So a Minnesota man recently visited New York City for a crowded anime convention, has tested positive for the Omicron variant. Mayor Bill de Blasio said we should assume the variant is spreading in the city. Colorado also reported a case caused by the new variant in a woman who had visited South Africa. So yeah, I mean, it's showing up. We got one in San Francisco, one in Colorado, one in New York, and um, so yeah, I mean, President Joe Biden called on health providers to expand the availability of vaccines and booster shots, aiming to combat a winter surge of infections and hold off the Omicron variant. He did get on the news today. I did listen to it in my earpods while I was, looking at charts and monitoring the markets. But yeah, I mean, he's kind of keeping everybody eased. He's saying, look, let's not panic, let's not freak out. It's here, it's gonna be here. We know it's here. We have vaccines. We're working on it to make sure everything's good. We got a plan. We're still researching, and we'll let you know as it goes. But we're not going to lock down. So that made like the Disneys, the Airbnbs, all the stuff I was a little worried about that we're going to get hit. They actually had a nice little recovery. In fact, it's not out of the woods on the charts, but I mean, I gotta say, that's a pretty attractive price on Disney. There's some stuff out there. There's a lot of there's money to be made. Look, there's money to be made when it's going down. There's money to be made when it's going up. The only time that traders don't like to get involved is when it's going sideways, because we like to trade with the trend. We like to trade up or we like to trade down. We don't like to trade sideways, because that's when you get whipsawed and stopped out, and it's just a pain in the butt. So anyways, yeah, we got a couple more people in the U.S. Here's something that we should take note of. Germany locks down unvaccinated people as leaders plan to make shots compulsory. So in Berlin, on Thursday, they announced a nationwide lockdown for the unvaccinated. Okay, and they're going to be they're making plans for mandatory vaccines in the coming months. Okay, they're saying that unvaccinated people will be banned from accessing all the major spots except essentials like the grocery store, essentially. Okay. They're working on the proposal for mandatory vaccines, and if voted through, the parliament could take effect from February at the earliest. So, yeah, I mean, I have my own opinions on mandatory vaccines, but I see it on both sides. I mean, I don't like to be told like, hey, you got to mandatory take a vaccine and put something in your body. Okay, I'm not really like for that myself. If I do that, I want it to be my choice, I guess is what I'm saying. And at the same time, people are fed up. Like, they just want to get rid of the coronavirus, and I get that too. It's a tough situation. It's tough. I mean, we even talk about it here in the house. We have a kid, it's in school, and we're in California, and in California, they're making the kids, take that. It's just, there's a law. It's if you're employed, at places, you have to have one. If you want to go to a festival or a party, I've been a DJ forever, so there's all kinds of stuff. Like, it's just, I recently went down to Cancun for 3-4 weeks, and I was trading out of the hotel on the beach, and I was down there just chilling. After the lockdown, I was just kind of like fed up with it, so I flew down to Cancun, and I just chilled out at this like super sick spot, and I was trading in the mornings over there, and then I just go down to the pool and drink and hang out with all kinds of people from Switzerland and all. It was cool, but yeah, I mean, when I went down there, you got the air travel is a pain in the butt. You got to do the COVID test when you arrive at hotels in other countries. I mean, you got multiple stops when you fly far. So, yeah, it's a pain. But yeah, I mean, look, they're talking about mandatory vaccines in Germany and another lockdown, and that's kind of scary. So that might spook the markets tomorrow. We'll just have to see. So yeah, I mean, that might spook the markets, but this just came in, and I'm editing this part in. That's why it's nighttime. But look, Congress extends government funding until February, averting a shutdown. So that's going to really put the markets at ease tomorrow. Now, there is the jobs data report early in the morning, and I always wake up early for that, so I kind of know the temperature of the market. But these were two things I was worried about. I was worried about a lot of things. I was worried about breaking the 200 on the Dow. I don't know what we're going to do about the Russell right now, but I was worried about the Dow. I was worried about the NASDAQ. I was worried about the S&P. This is something I was worried about too, because I just know how the political football can be kicked around. over there in Washington, and it causes a lot of grief in the markets. And we have the holidays coming, and nobody wants to be all stressed out when you're trying to put up trees and hang out with your family and do all this, normal, regular holiday stuff. And it really kind of sucks. You get this COVID scare, you get this big drop in the market, and then you got to deal with, the arguments, the political arguments going on back and forth. And so this is really nice right here. They're going to basically kick the can down the road a little bit. They sent it over to Biden to sign. They moved really fast on that. And I think I kind of know why. I mean, I think they know the market's dropping. They know this COVID stuff should be the priority. They know a holiday is coming. They know that this is just, kind of going to cause drama and stress for everybody. They'll get it done. They just might, get it done a month or two down the road. And I think that's probably better for everybody right now in the markets. But look, it says right here, Congress approved a government spending bill late Thursday, averting a potential government shutdown with about 24 hours to spare, in the latest example of the partisan standoff crippling Washington's most basic functions. Okay, Republican and Democrat congressional leaders on Thursday morning brokered an agreement to fund the government through February 18th, but getting it to the president's desk before a Friday night deadline required all 100 senators to consent to speeding up the Senate's legislative clock. So, bravo. I mean, I haven't seen them actually get something done like that fast. I actually don't really remember ever. So, that's cool. Great. Loving it. Okay, look. Let's just talk about this real quick. Didi, okay? I mentioned a video ago or 2 videos that, the Chinese government, the regulators over there basically told Didi, hey, you need to make a decision. We're leaving it in your hands. The ball's in your hands. Don't take too long. But you need to make a decision, and we want you off of the New York Stock Exchange and to delist. But we're leaving it in your hands. And they've been all over Didi from the beginning. I mean, it's just another dangerous play. Any of those Chinese stocks is incredibly dangerous. So here we go. It's only been less than a week, and Didi says it will delist from the New York Stock Exchange and prepare to list in Hong Kong. Okay, so it begins, right? Here's the key points. We won't spend too much time on it. We're going to talk about the other regulatory stuff going on here with the SEC. For potentially delisting Chinese companies that are on the exchanges here in the U.S. So we'll go over that here in a minute. But the key points here for Didi is Chinese ride-hailing giant Didi said Friday that it will start delisting from the New York Stock Exchange and make plans to list in Hong Kong instead. Its shares had plunged last week after reports that Chinese regulators have asked the firm's executives to formulate a plan to delist from the U.S. Okay. I think there's a lot of good potential short plays out there, and you might as well get in on some of this wreckage right here and just go short and just take it down to the bottom and just get paid. So that's just not a bad idea. So look, let's take a look at the next thing. So here's something interesting. This is why all the Chinese stocks went down, like your Baidu's, Tencent's, Neo's, Baba. So basically the SEC finalizes rule that allows it to delist foreign stocks for failure to meet audit requirements. So what's been going on is in the U.S., the regulators at the SEC for publicly traded companies on the New York Stock Exchange here in the U.S., they need to be able to go through and audit 3 years of the company's filings and reporting and everything to do with them. Well, our country's regulators are clashing with Chinese country's regulators, and they're not allowing the SEC or the U.S. regulators to do what they're supposed to do by law. So they're creating a new law that allows them to delist the companies because there's not cooperation between the two countries on this. So I might not be explaining it perfectly. I'm just going to go ahead and play a quick little clip from CNBC, let him kind of explain it a little bit more in detail, and then we could talk about maybe like a game plan or what we should be thinking about if we own some of these Chinese stocks. And it's always something, isn't it, in the market? So let's take a look.
Companies that are listed in the United States may, if their auditors do not comply with requests for information from U.S. regulators. Today, the SEC has adopted amendments to finalize rules to implement an act called the Holding Foreign Companies Accountable Act. Now, this law was passed in 2020 after Chinese regulators repeatedly denied requests from U.S. regulators that oversee the audit of public companies to inspect the audits of Chinese companies that are listed and trade here in the United States. In 2020, Chinese firm Luckin Coffee fired its CEO and its COO for accounting fraud. That increased calls for action here in the U.S. The law permits the SEC to ban companies from trading and be delisted from exchanges if the PCAOB, that's the regulator, is not able to audit requested reports for 3 consecutive years. It also requires companies to declare whether they are owned or controlled by any foreign government. Now, the rules adopted today establish a framework for the law's implementation. The finalized rules will allow investors to identify foreign companies that are listed in the U.S. that are not allowing the U.S. regulators to inspect their audits. Here's the bottom line. This is a very tough situation. Investors say it's the Chinese regulators who are preventing the U.S. regulators from inspecting the audits, not the companies. The issue, unfortunately, has become very politicized. These companies are all audited by the big 4 accounting firms, but under Chinese law, regulators are not allowing those audits to be sent to the U.S. regulators. So what you have here, essentially, guys, is Chinese law clashing with U.S. law, and a lot of people feel this needs to be dealt with above the regulator level, above the SEC level, the Chinese regulator level, perhaps at the trade representative level. And of course, the people who lose here, guys, are U.S. investors. Some of these companies have been here for 20 years or more, are now under some kind of potential regulatory pressure.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, they're, it's kind of hanging in the balance a little bit, what's going to happen to these companies. I don't think that, U.S. regulators want to kick anybody off the exchange, especially companies that have been there for a long time, like Alibaba. But, they have laws and they have to do it a certain way, and they can't just have one group of companies not complying with the laws that are set here in the U.S. that all the other companies from even other countries are complying to. So we're just having a problem with some of the companies that are from China. And, again, it's about the cooperation between the 2 countries. So we'll just have to see where that goes. I mentioned in a video 1 or 2 back, I had like 4 different companies from China, and I actually liked several of the companies, but I just kind of got tired of all this nonsense that's been going on. And it's not going on just recently. This has been going on for as far back as I can remember. I mean, it's like always something, So I whittled it down from like 4 Chinese companies to 3 to 2, and I have 1 left, which is NIO. Of course, NIO is now down, because I bought multiple shares at different price points now, and my price point is higher than where it is today. So it dropped down to like $35 today. But yeah, I mean, it sucks. It's a good company too. They got great product. I mean, they're getting cars out. I was reading the report. They actually like killed it. And you know what? I'll pull that up here. Let me do that. Let me see if I can find what I'm looking at so I don't, I can speak intelligently about it. But let's see here. All right. Well, basically, they got a huge increase of deliveries out. They're growing. Essentially, they're growing. I wanted to say the number, but I can't remember. I have 2 numbers that they put. I thought one was like 147% increase. Can't quote me on it because I can't pull it up, and I literally can't remember. And it's probably because I have a memory of a goldfish, and also I just have all these things going on all the time. So I don't remember, but they're doing good, and it just sucks that NIO is like getting rocked, and not just NIO. I mean, Tencent, Baidu, Baba, like all of them. JD, I'm sure. So I haven't looked at JD today, but probably did. So, anyways, yeah, NIO got wrecked down here, right at its support. Got it hit all the way down at. How far did it go down today? It went all the way down to $34, guys. Ouch. Well, I'll tell you what, these ribbons are going to go red. I mean, it's going to end up being a situation, So we got to figure out if we're just going to cut our losses or if we're going to hold tight. I really don't want to cut any more losses, I don't want to be doing all that right now. I'm trying to just trade, get cash on the side, whatever bags I have. I'm looking for, those follow through days, hopefully they come. So I don't have to make a harsh decision on the 4 or 5 that I have that are red. But I tend to buy, a little heavy, and so like when I'm, red, I mean, look, 4% is 4%. So, I mean, whether you have 10 shares or you have 10,000 shares, I guess the percentage is the same, but when you look at the number of what it's down, it looks significant to me, I mean, I also, pick pennies up off the ground and put them in my pocket. I'm a finance guy. What can I say? So I don't like to lose money, but I'll probably just hold I've been holding it forever. I mean, what's the difference, right? So let's see what happens. All right, let's take a look at some Bitcoin real quick and just kind of take a little peek at that and see what's going on. I'll just tell you right now, there hasn't been much going on, but there is some things on my mind about it. As you can see, I changed my chart because we were in the Wheelhouse Wednesdays, and yes, we have, I was kind of, we were looking at a lot of different things. We were looking at, our previous symmetrical wedge. I'll make it a little thicker, change the color, so we can kind of see it. We had that. We had the breakout. This is the measured move from the symmetrical wedge, which takes us to the 86,000. It is literally making higher lows. Even when it touched again here, it was higher there. And here we go. And it touched. It came up. I mean, I can walk you kind of through it. It kind of came up through resistance. This is a pretty serious little floor right here. There was an indecision doji. Right here, I mean, complete wick up to this line, complete wick down to that, stopped right on the other one. I mean, that's just like, a doji, shows a directional change. But I mean, the fact that it literally wicked here and then came right back to, I mean, it hit all 3 supports or resistances, all levels. And then there was a big fight from the bulls. It actually wicked way up and got pushed right back down below this line. And then they tried again, and the bears pushed us back down. And then again, we tried, and they pushed us down. And a third time, we didn't get over the line. I mean, we're on the 1 yard line. It's 4th down. Do we go for it? You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that it got pushed down, and then this one showed up, and then this one showed up, and the cloud went red. And this basically signifies that the buyers are getting exhausted. And the whole reason that this happened with the big push up is because there was all these limit orders, all these buy orders down there to protect the line from the bulls. So what I'm a little concerned about, well, before I get into what I'm concerned about, I just want to kind of look at it technically. Okay, we had a big symmetrical wedge. Okay, I'm sure a lot of people watching have been in Bitcoin a long time and already know everything, but we had this, we made our first higher low right here, and that's, usually, that first doji purple candle lets you know that it's about to fall, and boom, there it goes. Went through all this. And then we had the other doji, and everything crossed perfectly. And boom, off it went. We hit that, got out, and again we hit this one, and got out. And then here we go. We're in this new fight. Now, if I pull up the fib circles and I count all the days, it shows. And I had put this in a video when I made a prediction that it was going to 99,802. And basically, there's supposed to be 2 drops before we get there at the end of the year. And this is the first drop. Actually, there's 3 drops. There's this one, there's another sizable one like this, and then there's a smaller one, okay, on the way up to that 99,802. When I pull up the fib circles, I can see it. The pattern's kind of rhyming or repeating. So here's what's interesting. When you have the symmetrical triangle, and then you have the actual macro trend, which is an ascending triangle. Let me back it up so you can see. Okay. So when you have the original, makes the high, makes the low, bounces, creating higher lows. This is the symmetrical triangle. Here's the measure move from the breakout of it. And then we started to rally, right? Well, now I'm looking at it like, it's following this trajectory up perfectly. And this axis right here is exactly from a swing high pattern and exactly where the bulls fought. So we have the ascending triangle, we have the swing high pivot point, we have the bulls fighting and defending right there, and then the fibs say that there's supposed to be, you know, a drop right around this time actually, and then it would come up, and it looks like it would actually go up higher. Let me show you what I was thinking. So it would go boom, and then it actually will go up like this, and it'll pull back, and it'll go up higher, okay? Like that. And then there's another smaller one, and then another big rally up before it tops out and does, you know, kind of changes direction, does another one of these numbers. So let me see if let me see if I just show you, okay? So if you take this from the bottom to the top, and essentially you are looking at this area right here, okay, and which is also this area. So it's going up and up and up and up, and it kind of tops out, and then it drops down, okay, and then which is right here. So it tops up, and then it drops down, okay, and then it runs, boom, and then there's another one. So it goes boom, 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 which takes us to probably that 73,000, and then it pulls back, okay, and then you have another one which takes us all the way up to like the low 90s, and then up towards, you know, right around 100,000. When you actually count, when you go and you calculate with a calculator the amount that it changed against that amount of time and the amount of time that's left, it holds. It actually gets us near the 100,000. It gets us in between 90 and 100,000. But there's stops. There's a 70, there's a 73, there's an 86, there's a low 90s, and then there's a high 90s is what I think. So that is what the charts are telling me. However, you know, with one of these, it is possible this thing could break down. I'm not saying it will. Oh, what's this? Hey, look at that. We just hit 57K. I just got an alert. Haha, we're moving up. Boom. Let me check that out. Haha, that's funny that yeah, look. Haha. All right. So, yeah, we don't care. We want to hear about 58K now, right? Let's just pump the volume up a little bit, you know. Let's just push the volume up, guys. Let's get up to 58. And you call me when you're at 58 Bitcoin. I don't want to talk about it until you're up there. And then we want to talk a little bit more. I've got too many things going on to be, you know, watching this. Although I do watch it all day. I'm lying. I watch it all day long. We're at 58K. Boom. All right. So that's on 1 minute. Okay. Let me know, Bitcoin. Let me know when you get there. Okay. We'll talk. We'll party. All right. So we're heading up. This is good. Oh, we need this right now. It actually kind of like takes me a little off course of what I was just going to talk about, but not really, because this is really still flat. I mean, we've been bouncing between 50, you know, the 55 and 58. It hasn't been that exciting, right? I mean, this isn't that exciting. It is exciting that it's making a little move right now, but I'd really like to see more. I mean, I'm glad that we're above this one, but we were above this one multiple times, guys. I mean, you know, so we really need to get above this, which is the 57,629. So hopefully, you know, later when I'm sleeping or whatever, it'll go up, it'll hit there. And then if we get there, I mean, we're really trying to get to this 59,523 zone. And then we're going to be heading up to the about 62, somewhere right around 62, close to that, a little under it. And then we actually get to make our way up to 64,489, 67, just over 67. This is that 69 area. Let me go to the daily. So on the daily, so our high point was right here, which I actually don't even have marked, but I should. So our high was 69, but we also have a pattern break into it. This is actually marked some fib levels for me just to remind me, but yeah, so this is what I'm a little concerned about. If Bitcoin does not make a move here really quickly, I'm talking by like, what day is it? It is Thursday night. I mean, on the real, like we need to make a move soon on Bitcoin. And here's my thinking. Okay, it's not that I'm impatient, even though I kind of am, but what I'm worried about is this. Okay, I'm worried about these blue ribbons on the daily going red. Okay, when Bitcoin goes red on the daily, it tends to be quite destructive. Okay, we do not want to do that. Now, everything technically, higher lows, it's definitely, I mean, I gotta say, like, this chart it's a special chart. It's a unique chart. It is a manipulated chart. I mean, I can tell that, like, I mean, I know you hear about it all the time, if you're into crypto, but it truly is, from a technical standpoint, like a controlled market. Like, this thing is controlled. Like, it's insane how it, like, literally, like, comes exactly down, touches, goes right below to stop people out. Like, there's liquidity zones. Like, this is, like, it's quite fun to watch. Like, if you're into technical analysis. I'm a nerd. I love technical analysis. But here's what I'm worried about. I don't want these things to pinch. Okay, we were turning blue on the cloud behind it. I don't know if you can see that red cloud. The red cloud was actually turning blue right there. And then it got rejected, like I said, and now the red cloud is still in and it's coming down. So we really need to push up, and we need to push up and push up to make these turn and then start to expand, like from tight to like expansion. We need that, guys. That's important. Okay. Ethereum is doing better. It's still, to me, I like to, I kind of want it to push. I like to see 47 in the morning. I like to see, us back up this 59, and 61, and actually making progress. I don't want to be going sideways too long because we're coming into the end of the year, and like I mean, technically it seemed like it was going to be moving a little faster. However, I do think that possibly the trends for Bitcoin might last longer, and instead of being pushed into December, we might be looking more, going a little deeper into like February, March. Actually, is some of the things I was seeing on those fib circles as well. So we'll just have to see. I'm keeping an eye on it. I'm very interested in it. I have my thoughts. I could just kind of work through them with you, but yeah, I mean, everything is ladder steps. We have this previous swing high. So when you have a major swing high and then a big swing high. This is the swing high. This is a swing high. This is a swing high. This is a swing high, and then you have pivot lows. Okay, you have pivot lows. And this thing is literally coming down to a previous swing high, which happens to work right on the ascending triangle axis point. But, like, is it going to actually get here and bounce before this goes red? And I don't think so. So I think it needs to turn before it hits the wall here, or this is going to go red and it's going to spook people. Now, granted, it only went red for a little bit right here, which is very odd for charts. They don't normally go red for a short amount of time like that. They usually, when they go red, they go blue for a long time, and they go red for a long time. They go blue for a long time, red for a long time. They don't normally do this. This almost feels like a manipulation scare, like, hey, we're going to push it deep, scare everybody out, and then we're going to buy up all their Bitcoin so they don't have any and we have it all. Ha-ha, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. So let's just keep an eye on it. I mean, I don't know what else to say, guys, except that, I'm watching it. I'm excited. I'm sure you're excited. I mean, could be that big Christmas rally. Oh, speaking of crypto, I do have to bring something up, and I don't have all the news on it, but you know what? Let me pull up some news just really, really, really quickly, okay? Uh-oh, Yoda. Hold on. Oh, I need a... Hold on. Oh, this is just going all kinds of sideways on me, isn't it? Okay. I can probably just edit that out. What was I looking for? DeFi hack news. I don't know. Right here. I mean, this is the one I'm talking about, 120 mil. Okay, so I wanted to bring us here. Check this out. I actually haven't had a chance to read this. I just barely got a little notification about it, and I haven't actually dug into it. So we're going to kind of dig into it live. But there was a DeFi hack, a crypto hack of 120 milli. 120 milli. So let's just read it together. So largest DeFi hack yet, question mark. Badger DAO hack results in loss of 120 million plus. That's bad. You start getting crypto hacked. I mean, it's a, you know, it either is secure on the blockchain and the exchanges and everything is secure, or, and if it's not, everything could fall apart. Like literally for crypto. I mean, it's a pretty big deal. Like the security and the speed and the, you know, all the different things that, you know, pertain to cryptos and blockchains. Like the reason they're doing so well is because of the security and the scarcity and the, you know, the speed and you know, there's certain things, certain functions and usabilities and efficiencies that are unique. The properties are unique to blockchains and certain cryptos. And if you lose that uniqueness, you're going to lose value as well. So this I wanted to bring up just because I was interested and I figured we'd just talk about it. Another hack came to life this week, and early reports have stated that the hack was a front-end compromise that led to users being tricked into approving unwanted transactions. Okay, I don't really know what that means yet. I think I have an idea, but I'm not positive. Let's read further. The news comes after a 35 mil DeFi hack on the V Finance protocol in recent months, and our team at News BTC reported around mid-year that crypto hacks and fraud were on pace for a record year. I believe that. The week's Badger DAO compromise is one of DeFi's biggest yet. This is what we know. The protocol cited reports of unauthorized withdrawals of user funds on late Wednesday and proceeded to pause all smart contracts on the protocol. God, they somehow are withdrawing people's stuff from the wallets on the exchange, it sounds like. The Badger token suffered a roughly 20% drop following the news of the hack. The platform is geared towards earning yield on Bitcoin through various vaults. Blockchain auditing firm PeckShield reported in the early hours on Thursday, that's today when I'm filming it, that even though I'm going to put this out on Friday. So they reported on Thursday that the loss was north of 120 milli, spanning across over 2 Bitcoin and over 150 ETH and going all the way across. However, a variety of assets were compromised during the hack. These were several big wallet losses, including a 5 million swoop in one transaction. 5 milli. Oh my God, I have a friend, she's the Jedi, and she's in the Discord, and we actually did a GoFundMe, and I actually like have her funds, and she wants me to trade for her, but she got a $500,000 stolen from her very recently. It's actually devastated her, and I don't know if it's appropriate to say her name or whatever, you know, but I'm sure she's watching. You know, if everybody that, you know, knows us knows, you know, the situation. But to hear this 5 mil right after hearing her situation, it's like, oh, it's dirty out there. It is dirty. So look, PeckShield has also released a list of transactions of the hacked funds, but also in the early Thursday hours stated that it looks like progress has been made, fingers crossed. Yeah, so I mean, from what I understand on stuff like this, I mean, these guys are, I mean, I don't know, because I'm not a hacker. I'm actually not that good with like that kind of stuff. But from what I understand, it's really hard to get like lawyers involved and you know, protection, because if they're, you know, you got all the VPNs, and then, you know, if it's DeFi, you know, it's very, very hard to track, right? And then, you know, if they're moving from country to country to country, it's very hard to get like an umbrella lawyer that can work within all the different laws in all the different countries, and it's like a nightmare situation. So, I mean, you know, getting the authorities and Interpol and FBI and all that stuff involved, I mean, yeah, you're gonna, you know, try, and you're gonna hope for the best, and you're gonna get the attorneys from the exchange and everybody, you know, complying and cooperating. But I mean, it's DeFi, you know what I'm saying? So, man, the community reception of this news was less than ideal. Many Twitter replies from users noted their heartbreak from loss of funds. Some users even went on to suggest that the hack was a rug, given that it was seemingly a front-end attack. Interesting. So they're basically basically pointing the finger, saying that over here where it got hacked was involved in it. But I mean, that's speculation, so let's not put that out there too much. We don't know that to be true. And people will say a lot of things when you have a big loss like that. In fact, that'll send you to the hospital, and you could have a heart attack. And I mean, a big loss like that can send you over the edge. Some further speculation came around a loss of funds from CeFi platform Celsius Network. However, thus far, the notes around Celsius seem to be only rumors with little substance. Okay, I don't want to talk about that. So they're, they paused the smart contracts. Guys, this is just not cool. Okay, this is not good. So look, I know I got off track, but I just thought this was an interesting topic. There's always news coming out, and I know I kind of like cover everything, and I do these longer videos, but I do that because they take me so long to make, and I have so much other stuff going on that I can't just pop out like 3-4 fast videos, especially with the animations and the rendering in 4K and all this stuff. And I'm trying to do quality for you guys so that you guys have like an experience with this channel instead of just like, talking into my phone and while I'm driving and just, doing different stuff like that. I want to have like a quality experience and, have it in 4K and good audio and good animations and, music. And I just want it to be like a tighter experience for you. Because remember, man, like I was like retired. I don't get any money for any of this. I'm doing this like for you guys. I'm trying to teach you. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to just like show the love. You know what I mean? Trying to educate and do everything I can to just get the good word out to like, teach people technicals and like what's going on. So I kind of like pile in all kinds of news from crypto to tech, technical analysis to political to global to just a lot of stuff, and so I just kind of did this one on the fly. But let's go back and check out some stock charts, and we'll check that out in TradingView. Okay. Bunch of green ones. Looks like AMC got some love back today. It was looking pretty savage on that drop, and like I was saying, the momentum, speculative, even mid cap, small cap growth, Russell stuff, probably going to get hit, and it did, but we had a little bounce back yesterday, which is cool. It is looking bearish though. I mean, you got that big red cloud, these big momentum candles, you're under the 200, you broke multiple supports, you got red ribbons, so you're not out of the woods. I mean, this thing could definitely, it has everything written on it that says it's still going to come down. I mean, from a technical perspective, I'm not trying to upset anybody, but just from a technical perspective, that's what I see. You'd have to actually turn around, get through resistance, and actually break the previous swing high pattern to get a new trend reversal going. And we're, we got to do some work to get there. But I mean, look, we're not bullish here either, but I like that we're changing directions. That's positive. I took that trade on Doximity the other day, and then I got out, and then right when I got out and set the alert, it went down right after. And then I've been studying all the charts, and I think I'm going to jump back in Doximity. It's not quite bullish on the daily. It is down here, and it is turning on the cloud, and it has follow-through days above support, which it's tested. But what I like is on the 1 hour. We had the blue ribbons. We had the blue cloud. We're right above the 200 or right on it. I'm keeping an eye on it for us. So, we'll see what's up. CRM had a good day, but I think it's a fake out. It did go up $9.70, but remember this big wick right here, and there's a second one that it wasn't there when I made the video yesterday. It is at the 200. It is showing a lot of bearish signals. To me, even though this went up, it's just what always happens before a big short and a big waterfall sell-off is there's always a fight to try to keep it up and protect your bet, and then it just collapses. And I don't know if it will, but I've seen this set up a million times, and it's probably a short play, like for some serious money. This thing could definitely, if it did come down, I don't know if it will, but right now it's at that support, so it's actually from a pivot low, which makes sense, technical analysis. But it could come to the next one at 239.52. Could come down further at 238.98. Could come down to 234.12. It's all possible. Look, it had a high of 311.75. it's still pretty high. Oh no, it's in the middle. Sorry, I was looking at the daily. Yeah, it's in the middle. So I mean, we'll just have to see where that goes. Here's another one that looks like a short play to me. It's not red on the ribbons. Just recently we went red on the clouds. I know it looks like maybe you missed it because there's all this momentum, but I could show you 100 charts that look a lot worse. You know what I mean? So I'm still bullish on this Pubmatic. I'm still watching it. I'm just not jumping in on anything like. And if I do, I'm going to be super picky. NUE did really good for us today. We're still in NUE. It went up 2.74%. You know, Bank of America financials are doing pretty good. In fact, let's just see if I can do that. Hold on. How would I do that? Maybe I can go like this. Let's see if I can pull up the sector and just kind of see. I know a lot of the sectors did good today. I was taking a look at all of them because I was kind of looking for like what was getting beat up the most because I was trying to put together different lists for the group on you know, either to go long or to go short. So let's grab the financials and just see what happened today. I mean, guys, who loves you, baby? I mean, I've been telling you, man, when the taper comes, the interest rates are going to go up, and the people that lend money are going to make more money and get, you know, better earnings because, you know, when they take money from the taper and the interest rate hike comes, like the banks are going to be where to rotate. And look at this. I mean, boom, green lights to the beach, baby. I mean, and if you guys took that FAS, that triple leverage, I'm sure that one just crushed the game. But yeah, I mean, you know, financials did good. Let's see what energy did. Everything is green. Consumer. I mean, yeah, it was hitting today. I mean, there's stuff out there. Yeah, communication. See what healthcare is doing. Yeah, so healthcare with the COVID stuff's probably you know, that those charts have been wrecked on healthcare, but that's you know, that's probably changing right now in all those charts. I haven't really taken a deep dive, but I know the game. I know how it all rotates, so I'm sure it has. But yeah, I mean, here's another one. This Quest Diagnostics has been really good to us. We've hit it a couple times, so that one's been good. Let's go take a look at a couple things I'm looking at. I got a plan for everybody, and I decided because I have so many different ways that I trade, whether it's like, you know, the vortex super precise like trading, or maybe it's like on the 1 minute cloud scalps, or you know, like, you know, a lot of times I'm looking for 9 things to click all on the daily, but a lot of that stuff's not working because there's all these like macho Randy Man Savage like body slams off the top rope coming in left and right, whether it's Chinese FUD from delisting, or it's COVID, or it's a debt ceiling, or it's Jerome Powell taking taper away from us, or transitory away from us, which is a joke. But I mean, yeah, they're just coming at us, right, with the media cycle. So, you know, I wanted to like simplify a plan, but put together a good plan. And I decided what I'm going to do for the group is I went through a lot of charts, and I found some, and I moved it over to something here called Qualifier. And there's a few in here that haven't qualified. But what I'm going to be doing is my job as the captain is just to make people money, right? And just to make good decisions. And so what I'm looking for is a specific sequence in charts that equal a qualification. And you know what that is I want it to be on the 1 hour, and I want it to go blue on the ribbon. Like for instance, I don't even know what the stock is. Oh, Bank of America. Okay, so this one went, if you bought into blue at 43.64 and you just simply sold way up here at 47, well, I mean, it's still a gain, right? And these are hours, so I mean, it's like a couple days, right? So I mean, if you did it back here, same kind of thing. You're at 39.55, and maybe you sold out and you got back in, and you know, and we went to $44. Well, it tends to do that. I've been looking at a ton of charts, and that tends to happen as long as you're above the 200. And you know, you got to take a look at a few other things, you know. But I'll take a look at that stuff. But yeah, I put this list together, and what I don't want to do is I don't want to bring people in when it's still red. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for specific entries that are just barely at the blue, with the blue cloud, the blue ribbons, everything is moving to bullish, and you're at the beginning, the precipice of a big gain. So let's take a look. So this is what I'm talking about. Boom, you see that little tip? See that little tip? That tip is blue, with a blue cloud above a 200 with momentum, bullish indicators. Who loves you, baby? I got a whole list of these bad boys. Look at this one. Boom, little baby tip. I got you, I got you, I got you. Boom, little baby tip. Look at this one. It's looking good, man. I got you, I got you. I know what I'm looking for. So what we're going to do is, instead of, oh yeah, when I say I got you, I mean I got you. Welcome to the wheelhouse, baby. So listen, if you grab this one, boom, 84.86, 146.47. But I'm going to play the game even tighter, okay? So we're not going to go from, when it goes blue to when it goes red. We're going to play a little tighter than that. So what we're going to do is, when it goes blue, I mean, you could do that essentially if you want to be a little lazy about it, but we trade at the wheelhouse. We're not scared to get in and out. We're not scared to take profits and skip bad days. So let's say you buy in here. What we do is we get out, we buy in on the blue ribbon, but we get out on when the cloud goes. So instead of waiting for all this, going through all this nonsense, we just basically buy in, boom, and then we get out. And then we skip all this, and then we buy back in, and we run it, and then we get out. And we skip all this, and we just buy back in, we get out. Okay, we skip all this, we buy in, we get out. We skip this, we buy in, we get out. We skip that, we buy in, we stay in, and we get out. Okay, so basically this is too tight. I'm not taking anybody really through that necessarily. I mean, it's pretty tight, but we definitely skip this, and boom, we get to start a new one. So that's what I'm going to be doing. This is one I made a ton of money on throughout the year, and I'm definitely going to be taking people into this trade again. Above the 200, it's a leading stock. It is on the IBD leaderboard as well. Just went blue. This thing does pay out. It likes to go up. This thing likes to go up. It's not a. I mean, let's just look at the daily. I mean, this is a pretty solid one. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're just gonna run into the good ones. I mean, look, even Home Depot just went back to the old dabble do ya. You know what I'm saying? So look, just went again above blue ribs. This is curling, but I had a decent day, and it's already pushing up. We get one more follow through day, and I'll be watching for that stuff. Again, I got I went through 300 charts. I have 15, 20 in here. I'm gonna whittle it down to 3, maybe 5 tops. With different things that I want to do to make sure it has levels of safety, maximum gains. I'm going to be looking at about 20, 30 things on each one, just to and then whittle it down and just make sure everybody's making money. So that's kind of what I wanted to do. But yeah, we're looking for follow through days. We're looking for days to be green on all the indexes. You definitely need today to be green as well, so that you get that follow through day. And when you get the follow through day, it's the beginning of a directional change. Everything in technical analysis is about basically lower highs and higher lows, right? So if you're making higher lows, this is directional, right? Okay, but if you start making lower highs, you have a new direction. So there's a direction, there's a base, there's a direction. This is a swing pattern with impulses, a base, another impulse, a bull flag, and on we go. But you're trading with the trend, right? So basically, that's just what we want to do. And back to the 1 hour as an example. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take people in. I'm going to take them in here, and I'm just going to have them sell out over here. And then we'll just wait, and then we'll re-enter when this goes. And then what we're going to do is, when something gets real nasty and dirty, I don't know which one I should pick, but I know Disney's been wrecked lately, so Disney would be a really good one. So, look, if we come in here and we get out here and we skip all this and we definitely avoid all this, from losing because we're long. But what we're going to do is when we get out here, we're going to wait. And if it does go red, we're just going to go short. Boom. And then when it goes blue, we'll just cover, and then we'll just ride the blue. We'll just ride it up and ride it down, ride it up and ride it down. We'll just party. Green lights to the beach, baby. So look, I don't want to tell you too much, but what I will tell you is get in that Discord, and I'll navigate you through this stuff and help you make some money. And yeah, welcome to the wheelhouse.